a router does a wonderful job. You got to find a profile that is similar to what you want, or a combination of router bits works too sometimes.
Okay, and you've got a bit on here right now. This is an OG profile?
That's an OG profile with a ball bearing roller to guide it.
All right, so here we've got a piece of baseboard, and it's got a profile on here. We could replicate this with that router?
Absolutely.
Let's give it a shot. All right, let's see how we did. We have got the original here.
And this profile.
Hey, not too bad. That's actually a pretty good solution.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I notice you've got a router table here. You could use that as well, couldn't you?
Well, a router table with a fence allows you to run a lot of molding quicker and easier because it's easier to hold.
And in this case, a router table is really just a router mounted underneath. It's upside down.
Right.
It sticks through this plate so we can see the bit there, and as you called out, the fence.
Exactly.
All right, well, what about other options for a person with a home shop?
Well, someone with a home shop and a table saw could simply go out and buy a molding head cutter.
A molding head cutter?
That's right. It's a head that goes onto the saw. It holds 3 different blades.
So you've replaced your typical saw blade right here with this molding head.
Exactly. And there are different profiles. Each one comes in 3s, and each 3 go on the head.
Okay, and then that spins around. Let's see this guy work.
This head happens to be for cutting like a door panel for a kitchen cabinet.
And so we've got a profile right here. Let's see what that looks like.
Oh, this profile right here. See that?
So you can replicate that?
Absolutely.
All right.
I have my lip door.
I have seen you guys make some pretty fancy moldings.
Well, we have. Let me show you over here. I have a plinth block that actually goes to a front door and it sits underneath a pilaster.
Yeah, and it has seen better days.
It's in pretty tough shape.
So you got to replace this.
Well, I have to duplicate this molding.
How do we go about doing that?
Well, you simply, you get that magic marker right there.
All right, I got one right here.
I'm going to put it in here. Now trace that. I'll put a saw cut in here.
Okay.
Now you trace that profile.
Let me just do this. Come right around here.
Okay, now when you trace this profile, I now have a copy of it. I can put this in my fax machine and I can send it off to a company that'll custom make a knife for me. In a couple of days, I have my knife.
So this turns into this, and then that matches right here.
And then I can cut however much molding I want.
Nice. But you need a special machine for this, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Now here is a molding machine with 2 knives mounted in here. I can run as much or as little molding as I need.
Okay. Now, what does a knife cost typically?
Well, a knife could cost anywhere from $150 to $400. It depends on the profile, how much detail.
Okay.
All right. Now I simply have a piece of 5/4 pine, turn on my machine.
Boy, and just like that, you have got some finished molding.
That's right.
That is fantastic.